Hi there, it's Paul Carman back with another little tutorial for you. This one is about setting up additional split points on the right hand part of the keyboard. You can either say that you're setting up a split point. I rather think of it, and I can think of it clearer if I think about it as zones. So I've got a zone where one or two sounds play, and then I've got another zone for a different sound. The left hand section in this little video is going to remain as per normal, so I'm using my global split point. So below that everything works the same as it normally would. So in this case I've got strings on the left hand, they play nicely. If I put the style on, everything works as normal. It's on this right hand section, so above the split point, that we're creating some different zones. And what I want to do in this little video, first of all, is explain why I needed to do it, or why you might want to do it. And secondly, how we go about actually setting the registration up using this additional split point. This came about when a customer asked me whether I could create a Korg Pa sound for them for the piece Tijuana Taxi. And when I sat down and started to look at it, the two main sounds that I wanted was the trumpet sounds, and I wanted marimbas, but I also needed to swap between the two relatively quickly. So when I started to set this up, I had my 4 keyboard sets that I was working on. In the first one I just put trumpets in the right hand, in the second one I put marimbas, but I wasn't able to change quick enough or smooth enough. So what I did, the third keyboard set is called Korg Pa Split. I named it that purely because it means something when I see that name back in the screen. I know that's the one that contains the split for the right hand section. And what I did, upper 1 and upper 2, I set up 2 trumpet sounds, and in upper 3 I set the marimba. And what we've actually ended up with, and then we'll sort of zoom in on the screen to show you how we've done it, is we've got trumpets in this part of the keyboard, and marimbas at the top end of the keyboard. And now if I just play a little snippet of the piece, you'll see how easy it is for me to change from sound to sound. There you go. So there's no way would I have done that registration quite that quickly or smoothly by trying to take hand off, either press buttons or the screen, or even use the foot switch. So we created those zones. So let's just take a little break while I reposition the camera, and then we'll show you how we create that sort of effect. So there we go, a little bit of repositioning done there, and hopefully you can now see the screen. And you can see this particular keyboard set that I'm on, as I said, we called it Korg Pa Split. Upper 1 I've got mono trumpet, and in upper 2 I've got dual trumpets. You may have also noticed I'm using the ensemble feature to give that nice little harmony sound on the trumpets. And upper 3 has got the marimba, the lower has got the strings. So how do we decide where each one of these sounds plays? Well, if we go into menu, and the option we want to look at is over on the left hand side in the middle here, called Keyboard Ensemble. And there are 4 tabs along the bottom. It's the third one along that you want, which is called Range Velocity. And the section of the screen we're looking at is just those top 2 rows there, because that's where we set the bottom key and the top key to give us our range or region where that particular sound will play. And if you notice the columns, this column on the far right is for upper 1, the middle one is upper 2, and this one here is upper 3. So at the moment it's telling me that upper 1 plays from C1 up to G5. Now G5 is the note where we actually created the split, so that's where the trumpet sound will stop. I've put exactly the same settings in for upper 2. It's upper 3 that's the clever one, because they stop at G5. Upper 3 starts on the next note up, which is G sharp 5, and goes right up to the top of the keyboard. And that is how we set up our zones. So the first two voices, upper 1, upper 2, are playing from my global split point in effect up to note G5. From the next note, which is G sharp 5, right up to the top of the keyboard, we've got upper 3. And basically then just save it as a keyboard set. You can save that if you want, write that keyboard set to the library. Once you've got that split in and that split works, of course you could substitute these sounds for different sounds and you haven't got to reset up the split point. So very, very effective way. In another video I will show you how you can use that upper split or the zoning in slightly different way, but hopefully that's giving you some idea how this all works.